This is Unit 5, Lesson 13, Puzzle 24. We need to use current index, which I already did here. We need to make a global index variable, and we will fix it to a 0. And then we need to make sure that the label here shows the current index, which we updated here. So puzzle already is done for puzzle 24. Puzzle 25. Now, nice work, everyone. We came this far, and we are going to move on to next button. Let's write the functions to get us the. Right now, I go to coffee, but I cannot see any of my lists, nor I can add my items to my list. So let's do this. Add an event handler for the next button. Now, we need to increment the global variable so that it will update the output on the screen. So now I'm going to go to show blocks, and I will get the onEvent function where I will say the next button is clicked. I need to change my index. My index will be index +1. And now I need to show show my current item in the list, right? Like this. So if I, and I need to actually use that also here. So if I do this, copy and paste, first I need to start showing this item. And then when I say next, I need to also show the other item. And then when I increase too much, then I get an error, right? So now I need to fix things here. Let's look. I don't like to see repetition in the code. If something is repeating, then I can easily abstract this repetition, and I put these inside the function. So I'm showing things here and also displaying the text. So I will say update display here. And inside this, all I will do is I will use the same thing that I used, and I will throw this here, and I will call this function, and I will just say update display first when you start the program, and also update display when you start this program. So now I have less text. I can see things. I couldn't fix my out of boundary. If you remember from our bouncing ball, where we have a stage like this, you have 0 and you have 400, you have to think it will go out of bounds, and I cannot allow that. If I have an object, it needs to think about this maximum limit. So in this side, if I go to 3, 4, there's no 4 item, right? My sub point is 3. Okay, so my boundary should be number 3. And what is number 3 here? Number 3 is my length. So I need to make sure that my items cannot pass favorite things.length. Now, in order to increase this, I need to get a control if statement, right? So in if statement, the condition is if my index is bigger than my favethings.length, it's just I'm gonna copy this. My favethings.length, I need to, if it's bigger, what should I do for what should I, no, it should be, sorry guys, it should be if my index is less than favethings.length, I can increase my index, right? And then if I pass my limit, so if I play this number 20 again, if you look at this, so if I go here, run this one, Saturday is 1, Sunday is 2, pizza is 3. After pizza, after 3, I go to Saturday again, which is the beginning of the array. So I need to reset to my first element. So what I'm going to do here, if my favethings.length is less than my length, I'm going to increase the index. If not, if it's not bigger, I'm going to assign index to beginning, which is 0. Now, my list should work. Coffee, chocolate, comsci. Next one doesn't work. If my list less than length. Oh, this should be not less than length. Index should be, it says right now, again, we go here. I'm trying to go to index 0, and this one creates an error. So I'm going to say if it's less than length minus 1. If it's length minus 1, I will show it. If it is not less than length, if I'm at the end of the index, and if I'm going to next, then I should be 0. So now it should work. 1, 2, 3, 0. 1, 2, 3, 0. Done.